Attention, community. Unrest procedures code is now in effect. Inoculate, shield, pacify. Code.
In the entirety of Half-Life series, we never catch a moment where Gordon Freeman seems to be talking. By itself, this detail is very simple, but behind this is Valve's flawless storytelling ability and one of my favourite subjects in filmmaking and game design that I'm going to discuss in a moment. Valve undoubtedly has some of the most innovative games out there, from the original Half-Life to Half-Life 2 to Portal. We have all seen them pulling off very interesting gameplay mechanics that are both very fascinating and fun to play through. I don't know where to begin. Gravity Gun, the Portal gun, they have reshaped the first-person shooter category again and again and again. But what I find most interesting in Valve games is immersion. I have always been a fan of immersion in films and games. This is mostly why I am not quite comfortable with all the fourth wall jokes here and there in today's film and gaming industry. I love to think that the main character is me, the player, and everything in the game that interacts with the main character is essentially just interacting with me. Immersion makes you feel like the hero as the player. Valve's ability to use immersion to tell a story is just flawless. While Portal 2, in my opinion, was their most immersive project yet, since they were the most experienced in making games at that point, Half-Life and Half-Life 2 had no shortage of making you feel like you're inside the main character. Gordon Freeman is you. You are the hero. This is not just the story of an individual named Gordon Freeman. This is how you experience the story of Gordon Freeman. And that gets us back to the topic. In the whole Half-Life series, there is not a single instance where Gordon Freeman appears to be talking, or at least implied to be talking. We do hear Gordon Freeman make noise in certain incidents, but that information is not useful. Mute people can still make noise. In Portal 2, Chell is mute. She can't talk. In Half-Life series, we can say Gordon Freeman is also mute according to what we experience in the game. This feels necessary for Valve to make the main characters mute to create more immersion. But nowhere in Half-Life or Half-Life 2 do we see anyone be even remotely aware that Gordon Freeman cannot talk. Although, yes, Gordon Freeman could be responding to them, and we as the player do not hear him, this could be a possibility since the NPCs in the game are clearly implying that they are having normal conversations with Gordon Freeman, and Gordon Freeman seemingly is communicating with them with ease. Or maybe we players ourselves are supposed to respond to them. Even though these could actually be the answer to the question if Gordon Freeman is mute, or if he has the ability to talk, none of those reasons really are definitive proof that Gordon Freeman is mute, or if he has the ability to talk or communicate. Gordon Freeman works at Black Mesa Research Facility. He has a PhD in theoretical physics. Are you able to receive a PhD in theoretical physics and then land a job in a research facility being mute? The answer is that question is completely irrelevant, because being mute does not put you in any sort of disadvantage in that category, except for the bias of higher-ups. You can still communicate with everyone else through other means from the moment you receive the PhD to the moment you land the job. This can be difficult, but you don't need the ability to speak in order to be smart. And as we can see, Gordon Freeman is well respected and well known in his workplace. Or maybe he is mute, maybe all NPCs in the game just didn't think of it as much since they knew Gordon Freeman is mute from before. Maybe the relatively new people he meets just thinks Gordon Freeman is nonchalant and likes to stay silent, so maybe they never question it. But even you can tell this isn't a very good explanation, and regardless of the possibility of that scenario, it's still not a definitive proof why Gordon Freeman has the ability to talk or not. Up until now, we discussed everything that we ourselves experience from inside the game. There are implications Gordon Freeman can communicate, since we see every NPC unaware of the fact that he isn't actually speaking, at least from our perspective. So to get the real answer, we have to dig a little more deeper, and luckily I may have found the right answer. During my research, I have come across a nostalgic gem. I quickly downloaded it in PDF format from a website that preserves such content. Thanks to them, the internet did not lose such a gold. Inside Half-Life's PlayStation 2 manual, there is a whole page with a document inside it. The document seems to be a response to Dr. Freeman from Black Mesa. This appears to be related to Dr. Freeman's application for employment in Black Mesa, and this is the paragraph that is important for answering our question. The first line explains it all. This letter shall confirm a recent telephone conversation in which you were offered. This proves that Gordon Freeman has communicated to someone from Black Mesa through the phone, and unless somehow, hypothetically, Gordon Freeman was silent during the whole conversation and still landed on the job, that would still be valid, because what can this man not do? Gordon Freeman can talk or not is a curious question, but it's silly as well. What's important is that the game is very enjoyable due to the fact that Gordon Freeman does not interrupt our imagination and interpretations of the environment and story. Immersion sometimes is the key to good content, and when done right, it unlocks all kinds of possibilities. A scripted protagonist is only a story. A silent protagonist is an experience. Everything in this video is human-made, from script writing to editing to rendering, but the voice you're hearing right now is generative AI. I feel guilty about it, but due to my financial situation, I am a bit forced to do so. I don't have a mic. I want to explore new ideas in the future, and I want to use my own voice to make those ideas come to life. So please, if you can, join my Patreon to fund this channel so I can afford the necessary gadgets such as a microphone. Patreon link will be down in the description. Joining my Patreon will let you access my videos early in addition to special content and sneak peeks. This is Andy. Have a good day.